Some of the most boring companies, such as toothpaste, can be the best for long-term returns. Some of the most innovative can be terrible. Would you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, I'd agree and disagree. So first of all, as I've already alluded to, one of my most successful, most profitable trades have been tobacco stocks, including Imperial Tobacco, now called Imperial Brands, BAT. I suggest anyone listening go and have a look at some of those charts, and Altria, which was Philip Morris. So they are very boring type traditional stocks, normally paying a dividend. Colgate Palmolive is a good idea of a toothpaste. There's a stock called Church and Dwight in the States, it's another big one, Procter and Gamble. So all these sort of consumer staples have been very, very good stocks, much more stable. You can still make some money in the high flyers, you know. Apple, although it's like slowed down a bit lately, has done very, very well over the years. Netflix, Amazon, you know, the new sort of innovators as such that come through still have opportunities. Thing with, you know, with a consumer staple type stock, it's only going to grow at a certain rate. Yeah, we're not at the point where all of a sudden a toothpaste stock is going to go up 100%. They have got obviously international exposure, whereas, you know, there's parts of the world where they still don't brush their teeth every day. So they've got some markets to go for, whereas some sort of high-tech stock could obviously go much more in percentage terms. But I think, you know, if I look back, a mixture is the answer. Have some of those boring staple stocks, just going along, making dividends. When markets are down, and when we say about bear markets, they'll hold up quite well. And then have a few of the high flyers as well.
What about investing in airlines? Aren't you just asking for trouble? What if there's a crash? It'll be catastrophe.
Okay, so there's a lot of risks in airlines, and there was a great quote, I believe it was Richard Branson, and he said, you know, if you want to go into the airline business and be a billionaire, start with 2 billion. So basically you're going to lose half your money. And notoriously, airlines have been a bad business, especially in the US. If you look, a lot of them have been bankrupt, they've had to restructure and do quite well. Now, in Europe, we've had a couple of decent airlines, such as EasyJet and Ryanair, have done quite well with this low cost model. If a plane does crash, yes, it's terrible, but in many cases, it won't cause the whole airline to crash, excuse the pun. You know, it's a terrible thing. People might stop flying with that airline, depending on the circumstances, but there's still enough in the business. But again, rather than take the view, rather than me think, oh, airlines is a good business or a bad business, look at the chart, look at the trend, what's going on. Is that business trending up? Is it trending down? And again, they'll have cycles as well. There'll be times when they'll be in a down cycle, times when they're in an up cycle, and we can trade those, so you can make money from both ways. But overall, the last few years, airlines like Ryanair, you might not want to fly with them, have done really, really well.